Let's just call it a chicken hot tub. They're hot tubbing. Girl, you in the way. Look at these chickens. Hot tubbing. What you doing? What y'all doing? Y'all two get y'all a room? Oh my word. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Sunshine and Serenity. If you are new, welcome. We are excited to have you visiting our channel. If you will take a moment and hit the like and subscribe button, that just helps our channel grow. It helps us be able to share our homesteading journey with more people, and we would greatly appreciate it. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. We are glad that you are here as well. So Happy New Year! Happy New Year, guys. We are officially in a new year, 2023. Kind of crazy. It doesn't seem like we would be in 2023 already, right? But I just want to take a moment to kind of reflect back on 2022, because for me, I can't move forward with plans of a new year without thinking about all that has happened in the previous year. So if you are new to our channel, we are in Central Arkansas Zone 7B, and we actually bought this property that we're at February of 2022, and this is our very first homesteading property. 2 to 3 years prior to that, we actually were, I was gardening. If you check out some of my really early first videos, you will see the raised garden that I had in the city where we lived. And so I was gardening, canning, all of those things, yearning for a time that we could be right here where we are. So 2 to 3 years ago, I never thought that this would be possible. Like, if you would have told me 2 to 3 years ago that, yeah, you're going to be on your very first property, I probably would have looked at you like you were crazy and said, no, there's absolutely no way. But God, right? So only God can facilitate those things. And I feel like God definitely paved the way for us to be right here where we are. So looking back in 2022, we moved to this property in February of 2022. We actually got started. We got chickens, we got rabbits, we did in-ground gardens, we planted some fruit trees. So we've done a lot already to this property just in 2022. We've also come across several bumps in the road with regards to issues with the house that we've come across, and so those have been a little bit on the harder side to deal with, but nevertheless, like, take the good with the bad. We are still very blessed to be able to be right here where we're at, even if you have a few bumps in the road. So that being said, we are excited about 2023. I want to share with you guys some of the plans of what we want to do in the 2023 year for our property, and let you guys know kind of what's in store next for us. So as you know, we have chickens and we have our rabbits, so we are continuing to do those in 2023. We're hoping that we can get to where we have several does that are giving us consistent litters to where we can consistently raise up litters of meat rabbits. So we are going to continue on that journey. We've had some bumps in the road as far as raising rabbits goes. It's been a crazy first year. A lot of unexpected challenges have arisen by doing the rabbits, but we're going to continue on and persevere. We've learned a lot over the year, and so we're hoping we can put that into play for 2023. So we will be continuing on with our chickens and our rabbits. So we're hoping to be able to extend the chicken run for 2023. So we're hoping to be able to extend the area that they have for their run. So we're planning on doing that. We are still planning on trying to get the left side of the barn tore down to where we can use the concrete pad. So if you've watched some of my videos, you know that we have a barn, and the left side of the barn, it's just not, we can't really use it for anything. And so what we're planning on doing is tearing down the left side of the barn so that we can use the concrete flooring that is already in there. And we are wanting to, in the future, put a greenhouse there and maybe some raised beds and kind of utilize that area, whereas now it's not really being utilized. So we're still planning on trying to do that. My husband wants to wait till it gets colder so that we can be sure that there are no wasps, because we got really, really cold with that Arctic blast, and then the last couple of days we had been in the 60s and 70s, and they have started trying to creep back out, thinking probably it's spring there. And so we're just going to make sure that they're dead before we embark on tearing that down. So we're still planning on doing that. We are actually planning on adding some raised garden beds to an area on our property. I'm hoping to at least get 3 8-foot beds, at least get those going to be able to do my herbs and my flowers, and get a lot of those perennial herb things kind of established. And that way I have a space for those, as well as a strawberry bed. So we're hoping to get that done and started this spring, so that we have those beds for those things, and then we can still utilize the in-ground spaces for all of our other garden veggies. We are planning on hopefully wanting to add turkeys to our property in 2023. So we're wanting to build a turkey enclosure and be able to add a male and female turkey, and then have them hatch some eggs out for us, and then us raise those turkeys for the freezer. So we're hoping to maybe add those to our property in 2023. Let's see, we're hoping to add a water catchment system on our property. That's one of our goals, is to do a water catchment system. So we're hoping to maybe be able to do that on our property, as well as we are expanding the rabbitry. So we are adding a grow out area on our raised hutches, and then we are also adding another cage space, because from our most recent litter of babies, we are keeping 1 female, 1 male, and then I have another female that we are acquiring from a friend, and so we are going to need those spaces, as well as a grow out cage space for the future litters. So we are expanding that in 2023. We are also hoping to maybe get a couple of projects done in the house as well, not necessarily just on the homestead property. One of those being a pantry in the dining room, because we kind of just utilize wherever we can right now for all of our canning and canned goods stuff. So we're hoping to maybe add the pantry on this year, and hopefully we'll be able to get started on maybe adding the back deck. So we'll see. We'll just kind of see. My husband and I have to sit down and kind of talk about what projects we feel like are the most time sensitive and maybe the easiest to achieve, because we obviously can't do everything we want to do to the house and the homestead in 1 year, but we're hoping that we can at least get some of that going. So yeah, so we have a really good vision going into 2023. We are also hopefully going to get our fireplace inspected to see if it is usable, because if it is usable, we would like to get that back into working order, because that would help us greatly in the winter time, especially if we lose electricity, because we are all electric. So it would be nice to be able to utilize that. In the event that we cannot utilize the fireplace, we are talking about adding a wood burning stove to another corner of the living room, and then piping it out the wall, or piping it up through the attic. So we'll see. We'll just cross that bridge when it gets here. But there's lots of exciting things to be had on the homestead this year. I am super excited for another year. I'm super excited to see what God has in store for us this year. I know He will take care of us no matter what happens, but we are super excited going into 2023. We have lots of vision. We have lots of excitement. We're getting ready for gardening season. We're getting ready to start seeds. We are getting all of that ready to be able to plant the garden out, and then I'm hopefully going to be able to start extra seeds to be able to sell in the springtime, as well as hopefully we'll be able to start selling our eggs as well. So we are just super excited to continue on this journey, and add a little bit every year and kind of get everything to where we want it to be. So we just wanted to share with you our vision for 2023, what you can expect on the homestead. I am actually doing, I'm going to be doing the Pantry Challenge in January and February. So if you don't know what this is, it is something that was started by Three Rivers Homestead. I will link her channel below. She does this every year and has for several years. And what that is basically you just try to use what you have in your freezers, your pantry, use the food that you have and use it in creative ways to be able to utilize what you have versus going to the grocery store, trying to limit that as much as possible in the months of January and February. Now, the only exception to this for me, because everybody can kind of make their own rules for how it works best for your own family. The exception to this for our family is we do have to buy dairy because we do not live on a big enough space that we can have our own dairy animals. So we will have to purchase dairy as well as probably some produce items occasionally. We will have to purchase those items. So that's the exception that I'm making, is we will have to buy that on probably a weekly or bi-weekly basis. But other than that, we're going to use what we have in the freezers. We're going to use what we have in our pantries, what I have canned, and just kind of try to utilize what we have, limit going to the grocery store, and also, cooking from more things from scratch, trying new recipes, things like that. This will give us a great reason and a great way to clear out the freezer before we get another quarter cow in the spring. So so we are joining in on the Pantry Challenge. So I will try to share a little bit on here of what we are going to be doing. But if you're not, if you don't see a whole lot of that content on here, I do post, I will be posting content of that on my Instagram page. So I will link that below as well. So I'm going to be doing that, as well as I'm going to be doing a bunch of canning in January and February. I do have some tomatoes that I need to clear out of the freezer, some peppers. I do have some deer meat, like stew meat, that we have to can up into canned meals and things like that. So I'm going to do a lot more canning in the month of January and February. So I will be making content on that as well, kind of taking you along for the various kitchen projects that we do. I try to get a good bulk of my canning done in the wintertime when it's not so hot. That way it's helping keep the house warm during winter, and it's not heating it up in the heat of summer. So I'm going to be doing that as well for the month of January and February, as well as starting seeds come February, March. So I'll take you along with that as well. But yeah, so those are just some of the things that are coming up on the homestead, and we are excited to have you guys along for the journey. And I hope you guys had a very happy new year, and I hope you guys have lots of exciting vision for 2023. Let me know, drop a comment below what you guys are looking forward to about 2023, what you guys are planning, just anything exciting that you're planning for in 2023. I would love to be able to share in that excitement with you. But that is all I have for now. If you guys have any questions or comments, or if you want to see any specific content, drop that below. I will try to cover that as best I can. But other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. And until I see you guys next time, you guys have a blessed week. And I'll see you later, friends. Bye.